What's up, everybody? Joe White here. And I want to thank everybody for listening to New Surge Live last week, which was the taken directly from the video. So if you hear me in audio form reference a video, that means you need to get over to YouTube and watch the video version as well. You can find me on YouTube at Tons of Fun WWE. And to those who are already watching, if you prefer a podcast version of this, head on over to facebook.com/1640pwpr, as they have other podcasts there as well as New Surge Live. I want to talk a little bit about Raw from last night. I'm recording this on Tuesday. I believe today is the 19th of May. Yeah. So basically, Raw last night was okay. It was a good show. It's from my hometown of Richmond, Virginia. A lot of people I know on Facebook were going, and quite frankly, I was kind of jealous of it, but it is what it is. They'll put a Raw in Greensboro again one of these days. I don't know why they don't run Greensboro, North Carolina, as it is a hotbed for wrestling. It was for many years during the Crockett era, and still could be. But anyway, the big thing, couple big things coming out last night was Dean Ambrose looks like he's going to get his shot at the World Heavyweight title. He's going to be the next one fed to Rollins, and I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Rollins much like what Triple H was back in the day, where he slithers out and slithers out and slithers out, and you end up paying to see the guy get his ass beat, is what they were trying to do, because Triple H was so hot back in the day that, I don't want to say hot, but it was more or less like the fans didn't want to see him with the belt. So you ended up paying every month to see, is this the month that they're finally going to take it off of him? It was effective. It was an okay strategy to use. So I think Rollins is in the same way. You can't wait to see who is just going to take the title off of him. More than likely, it's going to be at SummerSlam, but we'll see. But Ambrose is getting fed to him next, and I love Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is so good. He was John Moxley on the indie scenes. His delivery is awesome. His acting is awesome. His in-ring work is just awesome. I think he tries to go for that little slingshot clothesline a little bit too much, but that's just my personal preference. It seemed like last night he was just, I'm going to go through the ropes and hit you with the clothesline, and then now I'm going to go around the bottom rope and try to pop you with the same clothesline. It's just, once or twice is okay, but when you try to do it, and I get that that's your shtick, you got to get that shit in every match, but you don't have to get your shit in every match too. Him and Rollins is going to be good. I think that it'll be a good little match there at Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is not really it's a pay-per-view, but it's not a pay-per-view because they're not offering it on pay-per-view. It's only on the WWE Network. Which this just goes to show you that the spontaneity of the network can be used at any given time without notice. Doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do, but at any time without notice, next month they could say, okay, in 2 weeks after Elimination Chamber, we're going to hold Taboo Tuesday. So I clean my glasses off here, but, it's totally up to them. It's their network. They could do what they want to. It'd be like, hey, Netflix, all of a sudden we're going to put Daredevil. Instead of putting the whole season of Daredevil up there, we're going to put up a new episode every 2 weeks to keep you from binge watching and then logging in the rest of the month. Which I don't care. I don't think they care whether you log in the rest of the month or not, because they already got your money in their pocket for the month. But anyway, Rusev and Lana. Who doesn't see this double cross coming? It's WWE typical booking, where I think that Lana turns on Ziggler and helps him win the Intercontinental title, because if he can't win the other secondary title from Cena, he's got to have a title on him, so he's going to have the Intercontinental belt. Or it could be like, a couple people said that WWE's real high on Lana, and I was told today by a couple people that they think that Lana and Rusev are Mark Mero and Sable, which it, very well could be how they're going to treat them. I don't see why they would do that. The whole thing, about Lana is that, blonde hair, big boobs, fake Russian accent, nice ass. The guys like her. And Vince wants to exploit that. But at the same time, he has, they've attached him They had her attached to Rusev. She's got a Russian gimmick. Who knows if her accent is even real or not, because I've never met the woman in real life. I don't know if she has a real Russian accent. If she does, okay. But if she doesn't, sooner or later, it's going to be like Kofi Kingston. Sooner or later, you're going to have to, come clean with us. She can't have if she's not naturally Russian, she can't have a Russian accent forever. The days of Nikolai Volkov are over, Then the big thing happening on Raw last night, of course, John Cena comes out, which they've essentially all but killed the crowd microphones when he comes out now, because they don't want you to hear the boos at all. And I don't know, if anybody wants to tell me how the crowd was for him, yeah, I know that they cheered him, but I think the John Cena sucks was a little bit louder than what they were portraying it as last night. I think that they just gotten into a habit of turning the mics down. Kind of like when WCW used to pump Goldberg chants in over the house mic. They want you to think a certain way, and they want you to like him a certain way, and they don't want you to boo him. And if they do boo him, they're going to make sure that nobody hears it, except for the people who are there live. It doesn't help either, your cause either, when John Cena comes out and goes, "Hey, my usual weekly serenade of the fans," and either you can't be half in, half out. There's no really, he's not even a tweener. He's a baby face who the fans hate. The only people who like him are the kids and the women. And the sad part is when your target demographic likes him, but your former target demographic doesn't. Yet your former target demographic are the people who are going to start watching and are going to continue to watch no matter what you do. And the target demographic that you have now, which is the little 6-year-old kid named Jimmy in the front row, once Jimmy reaches the target age of Johnny, who is about 19, 20, maybe even 30 years old, once he reaches that, the chances of him liking pro wrestling are very, very unlikely. So it's like they're striking the iron while it's hot. I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, you know what? You can't alienate your entire audience either. You can't alienate everybody. So, if anybody knows how to get rid of OneDrive on Windows 8, let me know. Without having to download something that's going to bug the registry, because I know it's tied into something. But anyway. Yes, the cough is still here. Kevin Owens comes out and just slayed. Maybe it's because I'm an Owens mark. I get goosebumps every time. When he came out last night, and I was watching after work, so I wasn't really spoiled as to what was going to happen. I just know that he appeared in the ring with John Cena. But when he came in that ring, when his music hit, I still think they had the crowd mics turned down, because from what I'm told, the arena went ape shit. Everybody knew who the hell he was. And they didn't want him cheered. I can understand Owens being a heel, but I can't understand John Cena forcing down our throats, And Owens came out and spit a little bit of truth to John Cena, which maybe was unscripted truth, but it was truth nonetheless. Hey, don't sit there and say you're the veteran and you've been around for a decade, 10 years, and never give up, when I've been around longer than you have. I may have not been here on the biggest stage of the world, but I've been doing this craft. I've been doing this art form longer than you. It's like I'm Picasso, you're Bob Ross. Don't sit there and tell me about experience, because I've got it. So, Owens completely shreds Cena on the mic. Cena spits as usual, "You want some? Come get some," bullshit. And, they're going to face each other at the pay-per-view. When he pop-up powerbomb Cena, I was just like, fuck yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. We need somebody to put Cena in his goddamn place. You need that. If you're going to keep the man babyface, you need that one heel who just flat out comes and destroys him. And then maybe you have Cena go away for a year. At this point, the way you're building up these NXT guys and the way Cena's not even in the world title picture, it's not going to hurt to lose the man for 6 months or a year at this point. And that's another thing that pissed me off, was him sitting there going, I know that the world title's our main belt, but this is our title, and blah blah blah, and this means more. No, it doesn't. I brought and then Michael Cole goes making it legitimate again. Oh, so does that mean that you're out officially saying that the people who held that belt before him are illegitimate? What were they, just paper champions? Get the fuck out of here. That title still doesn't mean shit. And when it leaves Cena, it won't mean shit. Just like the Intercontinental title. I'm glad. Last night was like the secondary titles are still important edition of Raw. Because if you weren't hearing about the world title or that, you were hearing about the Intercontinental or the U.S. title. Even Rusev's little bit. Hey, I lost the U.S. title again. I lost my opportunity again to get that belt back. It was good the way they had it tied in, but by 2 weeks from now, after a chamber, and they're not going to mean shit, you're going to go back to poopy jokes. Saw a little bit more, a little bit more, I don't know. You just saw a little bit more edginess to Raw last night with all the people kissing, and the sex aspect was there. Could we be creeping out of PG territory a little bit? I don't know. Probably not. Who's to say what's going to happen once Vince finally kicks the bucket? I don't think you're going to see it instantly become TV-14 again overnight. But sorry, didn't sleep very well last night. But I think that edginess is starting to creep back little by little every week, and I like it. So yeah, now Owens has to go lose to Cena at an Elimination Chamber, and everybody's like, but Joe, even if he loses, Cena's still putting him over. So Cena's still the best you may not like him, but he's got a good work ethic, and he does what they tell him to, and he's so good at what he does, and he doesn't make a mistakes, but he's putting people over. Unless he puts them over where it matters, it doesn't mean anything. Last night doesn't mean anything. And I'll say this. If Owens loses the NXT title this Wednesday on that NXT special, then he's probably going over John Cena by hook or by crook. I could totally see somebody interfering in the match to where, hold on. I could totally see, Rusev come down and before the chamber match that he's, and I don't even think he's in a chamber match, is he? Is he in the Intercontinental one or I don't know. Probably me not doing research, but anyway. Sorry guys, I don't edit shit like that out. But anyway, they could do something with Cena where somebody does a run-in and cost Cena the belt. Okay? Then you have Cena go off with the person that ran in, and then you have Kevin Owens start to work people like a Neville, or like a Dean Ambrose, or even Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler would be fantastic, I think. And Owens has lost a lot of weight. Owens looking good, man. And far better than what he looked like when he was in Ring of Honor, that's for sure. I guess because he stepped up his game in that performance center. When you get paid to lift weights, you really don't have much of a choice. You lift the weights and you work and you train your ass off, But that's a little bit for Raw. I think that Owens needs to get the win if he's going to look strong. Otherwise, what happened Monday night will be for nothing. As for Cena putting people over, Hulk Hogan put people over at 03. That whole entire, or 2002, excuse me, that whole entire summer of 2002, look at the people he put over there, especially Brock Lesnar, So that's all I got to say for Raw. If you have any comments about wrestling, the way WWE's heading, I do know that they made a comment when, they made a comment when Adam Page took on ACH this past week on Ring of Honor. I believe it was either Carino or Kevin Kelly, one of those two anyway, made a comment that they're trying to get back to the Carolinas. And don't go to South Carolina. Please don't go to South Carolina. I can't drive to South Carolina. Yes, I'm being selfish here. Yes, I'm asking you to make an exception for me. Don't go to South Carolina. Go to somewhere like Charlotte or Greensboro even. ROH. If you're going to run an event in the Carolinas, run North Carolina. I will go if you run in North Carolina. I will make sure that I take a day off, and I will go to your show on if it's on a Saturday or Sunday night. Hell, I would even love to see you do a pay-per-view in Greensboro and put, book it like NWA style or something, Even though that whole era is dead, Anyway, that's my thoughts on wrestling. Getting on to video games next. The world of Nintendo is sparking my eye again this week. And one particular game in general is Mario Maker. And if you go surfing around on YouTube, because I don't want to get caught for copyright infringement, heaven forbid Nintendo should see footage of their games in one of my videos without me being a partner to them. But go ahead and look up Mario Maker. It is a game where you can make your own Mario levels. How cool does that? If you haven't seen this, just go type on YouTube Mario Maker trailer or something like that. This game looks freaking phenomenal. Again, though, a couple of downside notes to this. It's not a AAA title or third-party title going to Nintendo. It's Nintendo yet again. First-party title, knocking it out of the park, which has been the story of that Wii U since its inception. You had Call of Duty on there, you had Batman Arkham Knight on there, but now it's like no third-party titles are coming. Two is I have to wonder if they're even going to release this on the Wii U now because of the fact that NX is coming. I like the fact that they're, if they do stick around and put this on the Wii U, which they should, or even do it where they release a Wii U version and an NX version. But a couple things I wanted to talk about this game is the DLC that could come with this game, and people are going to start bitching about it now. Leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts on this are. Boogie2988, if you don't know who he is, look up his YouTube channel. It's Boogie2988. He did a nice little piece about DLC and video games. Review Tech USA also did, the same thing. A lot of people have been ranting on the microtransactions that Mortal Kombat did about the easy fatalities. Hey, just because they're there don't mean you got to buy them. And if you don't, if you don't stop bitching, they're going to get to the point where either they're going to listen to us and take DLC out altogether, like stupid DLC like that out, or they're going to end up making fatalities in general DLC. Which brings me to my point with Mario Maker. Mario Kart did this whole thing with the DLC, where they offered you both. They've offered you both packages of DLC, and I bought both of them for Mario Kart because you're getting, I think it's 16 tracks, or 8 tracks. Excuse me. Yeah, well, it was 8 tracks per pack, so 16 tracks. I think it was. I don't know. I'm not 100% on that, but I do know I bought both of them, and yeah, you get a couple extra characters, you get a couple extra carts, you get you get the Villager and the Dry Bones Bowser and Link and all that, and the game's phenomenal. But with Mario Maker, expect it to be worse, because with Mario Maker, not only do you have the ability to where they can say, okay, we're going to give you the Super Mario 3, the Super Mario World, the regular Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario Brothers U, the new Super Mario Brothers style. But if you want Super Mario Brothers 2, if you want that pack, it's going to cost you $10. If you want Super Mario Land, that's another $10. We'll even throw in, Yoshi's Island in there if you want to, make levels using that theme. That's another $10. Or you could buy all of them for $25, something like that. Save $5. But that's coming. And then the microtransactions, golly. You want the Tanuki power-up? $5. You want that cape from Super Mario World as a power-up in your Mario Maker? $5. I think that you want the Hammer Brothers suit from Mario 3? $5. You want the ability to put Toad houses in there? $5. And then, never mind that, the Amiibo that they could put in this. Oh my God. If you want the Zelda, if you want to make your own Zelda game, you can make it as regular Zelda or Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Or even, you could put four swords in there, or Link to the Past, or whatever it is in there. You can't do 64 graphics. You can't do Mario 64 in 2D. Come on, you're making 2D levels here. But you know, if you want the Legend of Zelda pack, where make Legend of Zelda levels, you can make your dungeons and stuff like that. $30. Hey, you wanna now that Nintendo has a partnership with Capcom? Capcom let them make Mega Man as an amiibo. Go buy the Mega Man amiibo, touch it to the gamepad, and all of a sudden you're playing as Mega Man in Mario levels. Now that would be cool. I'm sorry, I'd pay an extra $50 for that one. To play Super Mario Brothers 3 as Mega Man? Come on, get the hell out of here. You'd pay for it. You'd nut yourself over that one. You'd jack off with one hand and play it with the right. That would be kind of cool. To have Mega Man in there, not to jack off. Make that clear. Um, although some people, well, never mind. Sorry. I think that, that's coming. The DLC with that game is going to be huge. And it's going to be, like I said, you want this power up? You want the frog suit from Mario 3? Alright, give us $5 and we'll let you unlock it. Now granted, it's probably not going to be on disc DLC. Some of it may be. I am totally against on disc DLC. Like Goro was already on the disc for Mortal Kombat X. I don't like on disc DLC. If you're going to put DLC on there, let me download it. But I could totally see that this Mario Maker thing. I mean, the Mario Maker game in and of itself, look at some of the trailers. This thing is fantastic. The only thing I'm not liking about it is the underwater levels. Like, you can't link one background to another. Like, you can't sit there and have at the end of the water level. None of them, in the original Super Mario Brothers, none of the levels ended underwater. You took a pipe to the outside and went up the ramp and jumped on the flagpole. Well, with Mario Maker, you can't transition like that, apparently. At least we haven't seen it yet. You can't make it to where you go up a pipe, and then you pop up outside in the world, and then you climb up and go down the flagpole. That's not there yet. Maybe a little bit more impossible. I get it, but I don't, I do like the fact that you could sit there and take the ending level, like you had the ending of Super Mario 3 levels where you get the little cards, the little fire, flower, star, and mushroom cards. You could choose to end a level that way. I'm assuming that you could choose to end a level like they did in Super Mario World with the little sliding goal where you get numbers, and once you get 100 you get a bonus. I like the fact that Goombas can now swim underwater. I don't like the fact that they're showing everything large, like everything's giant world. Who's really going to create a world, nothing but, I mean, I know that when I create them, I'm going to, I'm going to go through and make it, but not everything's going to be huge. Not everything's going to be like World 4 in Super Mario 3. I like the giant figures, don't get me wrong, but the amiibo thing, the amiibo thing too is going to be really crazy because, okay, if you want to play as Luigi in Mario Maker, you have to go buy the amiibo. Or if you want to play as Princess Peach, go buy the amiibo. If you want to play as Toad even, go buy the amiibo. I understand that. That's actually a good idea. I'm not totally disagreeing with that. It's still on disc DLC, I think, because you have to program the amiibo features into the disc, whether it be, I mean, when I say on disc DLC, it doesn't necessarily mean it's on the CD. It could be a patch that they install or an update, something to that effect. But anything that's already there when the game comes out, like, the different, I can understand different skins for fighters in Mortal Kombat, but, I don't know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about that. But the Mega Man thing, wow. Can you imagine them coming out with different makers as well? You could have a Kirby maker. You could have Mega Man maker. Fuck. People have been wanting a Mega Man game for I don't know how long. Or what if Nintendo went to Konami and said, you know, we got this thing called Mario Maker. How about you let us have the rights to Castlevania and we do a Vania Maker, you know? There's possibilities open for this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. The DLC, though, whew, get ready to complain because it's coming. I'm telling you, if you want that Mario 2, you're going to pay for it. You want that Mario 2 background and you know, picking up vegetables and stuff. And never mind the power-ups, the different enemies. Hey, you want to battle Wart at the end of Wart the Frog at the end of World 3? $5, please. You know, you want to fight Bowser, you know, the way that he was in Mario 3? $5, please. Do you want him hovering over the little clown car thing? $5, please. Do you want to fight, you know, do you want to fight Evil Link, Mirror Link at the end of World 8? You know, $5, please. Do you want to put Yoshi coins in your level? $5. It's coming. It's coming. Start complaining about it now because it's coming. And people are going to say, Joe, don't give them any ideas. Oh, they already got those ideas. Because for every little sprite that they put in that game, that's not sprites that they're seeing. That's money. Those are pennies on the dollar that they're seeing. And the more of those pennies they can get out of you, the better they're going to do. And the happier they are. It is a business, after all. You can't really fault them for it that much. It's no different than a pizza place saying, okay, the pizza's $12.95, but your toppings are $1 each. How is this any different, you know? The fatality thing in Mortal Kombat, yeah, it doesn't need to be there, okay? I give you that one. But when you go to get a pizza, unless you want just plain cheese, throw some pepperoni on there. Okay, it'll be $1.50. And then we're going to charge you a delivery charge if you want it delivered, unless you want to come pick it up yourself. You know, it's been like this for years, not just in gaming. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to get off here. I want to thank you guys for watching or listening this week. I will have a full Elimination Chamber. Payback wasn't that important to me because I knew, you know, I didn't expect the Kane thing to happen. I expected something to happen with Kane, but just, oh well. His time's coming. Trust me. I'd love to see Kane and Rollins at SummerSlam. I think it would actually be kind of cool because I'm loving what Kane's been doing up until the last couple weeks, you know, but anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below about what they're doing with Mario Maker, what they're going to do with Kevin Owens, and whether you think Daniel Bryan's coming back. Are we going to see the return of Leo Kruger? Based off what Adam Rose has been posting on Twitter saying the Rosebuds are no more. Let me know what you think about all this down below. Leave a comment. Twitter links and everything are going to be at the end of this video as well as in the description below. I know I said that I was going to try to put them in there last week, but I'm going to try to, you know, I like leaving them at the end of the video better. So Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, email, all that good stuff's at the bottom. If you want to write me an email, newsearchlive@yahoo.com. And just let me know what you think about all this. But and that's another thing, is Mario Maker even going to be on the Wii U with this NX coming along? Because we don't know what's going to happen. E3 is about a month away, and I'm so stoked for it. I don't expect much out of Nintendo. You know, Zelda Wii U. We might as well face back to that's going to be Zelda NX. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And we'll talk to you next time. We'll see you down the road.